Well, guys, welcome to Pop Culture Roundup. Today we are going to be covering some topics because my oh my, I don't know. Did you hear? Because it's is a big thing. But Pedro Pascal might be actually joining the MCU. I'm sorry, what?
Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
All right, so let's just get straight into it because I want to talk about this so freaking badly. Pedro Pascal is rumored to have been cast as Mr. Fantastic in Fantastic Four. What? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? I thought it was Adam Driver. I thought it was going to be all these other people. No, it's not. And even though, guys, we can't even say that, yes, it is going to be Pedro Pascal. It's not official, even though there's so much chitter chatter that it was official. But I'm like, listen, until Kevin Feige come out and tell me straight up that Pedro Pascal is going to be Mr. Fantastic, a.k.a. Reed Richards, I'm not buying it yet. Not buying it. I'm not buying it. So, according to Deadline, Pedro Pascal is eyed to play Reed Richards in the Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four. Insiders add that scheduling is still being worked out, but multiple sources close to the negotiations are saying it's headed in the right direction for Pascal to do this and other future projects. Marvel hasn't commented. Marvel has not commented, neither has Pedro Pascal. This is just quote unquote rumors, but at the same time, they're rumors, but then also they're saying that he is cast. So really, I'm not sure. To be honest, though, I will say this. To be honest, I feel like I don't think Kevin Feige would really make this sort of announcement until all of the Fantastic Four characters have been cast. I feel like when they make this announcement, it's going to be like hey, here's all of the characters, not just like, okay, we're going to confirm that Pedro Pascal is fantastic, Mr. Fantastic. Like, to me, that would be kind of weird because Fantastic Four is about a group of four characters. So I find it very weird that they would just randomly like announce like, oh yeah, it's Pedro Pascal. Like, I don't know. I find that kind of not like Marvel to just do that. My thoughts on Pedro Pascal being Mr. Fantastic. I love Pedro Pascal. If you've been on this channel before, you know that I love him. I covered, I did a reaction to him on Hot Ones because I absolutely love that show and I absolutely loved him on it. Now, don't kill me. Don't kill me. At first, I was very taken aback by this because he did not strike me as someone who I would ever think Marvel would be like, yeah, he's the one. You know, especially when you were seeing like Adam Driver and like all these other people who they had kind of had in mind. Like, I was like, how do you go from Adam Driver to Pedro Pascal? Like, very different ages, very different, like, roles that they've done. Like, I don't know. It just felt to me like really left field. Am I excited about it? Am I upset about it? It's not that I'm upset or happy. I feel like very kind of in the middle right now because I want to believe that if it is him, that he is going to knock this role out of the park because he is a fantastic actor. Like, amazing. The Last of Us was some of the best work I have seen him do. And other than that, like, I've just enjoyed his work. But my God, on The Last of Us, he just, chef's kiss. And I'm so glad he's going to be, and I'm so glad that he's nominated for an Emmy for that work. But I was a little taken aback because I just didn't see him as that character. I guess it's also because I've only seen the other, Fantastic Four movies, which obviously have not been the best. And they're always usually like a younger person. And Pedro Pascal to me really gives me like older daddy zaddy, vibes. And I mean, granted, Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, is a father and he can do that. And he is an asshole, quote unquote. And we know that he can play that off. He was pretty much an a-hole in The Last of Us. So we know he can play this. So if it is him, I will surrender to it. If it is him, I will surrender to it and just believe in all my might that he is going to knock this out of the park and that for the love of God, that the rumors aren't true because there's this other rumors going around that supposedly Kevin Feige was thinking that the cast was looking too white, which is why they went with like, oh, let's go with somebody else, to not make it as a white of a cast. And if that's the case, I'd be extremely upset because that should not be the reason you cast Pedro Pascal in your movie. So I hope to God that is not the reason. But yeah, guys, what do you think about this? Let me know in a comment below. Are you in for Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, aka Reed Richards? Are you kind of taking, are you like, no, I don't think he's going to play the part? Do you think he's going to be good? Let me know in a comment below. But let's just keep going with the movie news because Miss Marvel, unfortunately, I mean, not Miss Marvel. I would say Miss Marvels. Stop, Miss Marvels. The Marvels came out last week, and yeah, it bombed. It bombed at the box office. And guys, I have seen Miss Mar. Oh my God, here we go again. I have seen The Marvels, and I didn't hate it, but I also didn't love it. But guys, according to the Hollywood Reporter, it opened to 47 million, which is the lowest movie ever for Marvel. And that's not good. It's not good. And I think it's mostly because of word of mouth. You know, as soon as the reviews were lifted, people started giving their thoughts online. Everyone for the most, not everyone, but a lot of people were pretty much saying it was really bad and just one of the worst Marvel movies that they've made. And of course, word of mouth means a lot, and I think that really affected people going to go to the movies to watch it. Now, it didn't affect me because I saw it on Tuesday, and I will have a separate podcast recording where I'm going to be reviewing the Marvels. So I'm not going to talk about my in-depth thoughts about it, but generally I did think that this movie was subpar. I didn't hate it though as much as a lot of people did. I still had fun with it, and there were some standouts. But this is the lowest movie. And you know what this is really saying about society right now is one, people are tired of the superhero thing, and two, Marvel needs to get it together because right now it is a struggle bus over there in the Marvel universe. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Kang, that is supposedly being just thrown out the window after all of this setup for like, you know, we had a kind of a setup with Loki and we had a setup with Ant-Man, and it was like, oh, we're going to be making the Kang Dynasty movie, which also another thing, like just that is slowly deteriorating. They lost their writer, they lost their director. So what is Marvel trying to say? You know, there's just so much going on with the whole Jonathan Majors of it all, which that is for another channel, that's for another day. But that is clearly really affecting Marvel as a whole right now on how to move forward. Because I really think that their mind was like, oh no, we're doing Kang. And now everyone at Marvel, including Kevin Feige, is like, oh fuck. We've gotta scramble. So yeah, this isn't really good. Not really good because I think fans and a lot of people who are going to the movies are just getting very tired of superhero movies and also just tired of Marvel in general at this time because they just keep putting out really bad things. I mean, granted, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was fantastic. That's because that was James Gunn's last movie and that man just knows what he's doing. So we all knew that that movie would succeed, but aside from that, not good at all. Not good at all for Marvel. Yeah, like according here to the Hollywood Reporter, for Marvel Studios and Disney, the superhero tentpole opened to an estimated 47 million at the domestic box office to rank as the worst start in the history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The worst start in history, y'all, is bad. It is bad. It is bad. And normally this would have been a normal thing for like rival DC, but right now it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Guys, let me know in a comment below. Have you watched the Marvels? I was gonna say Miss Marvels again. If you've watched the Marvels, comment down below. Let me know what you thought because yeah, I felt really bad for the people in this movie because as I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it. But let's move on over now to reality TV news, guys. Okay, lots going on in reality TV world. First of all, let's talk about a new pregnancy we have going on. Guys, according to people, Love is Blind's Gia, oh my God, Janinia. Words are hard. Her name is hard. I'm still Gianna. Is expecting her first baby with Blake Horseman. Guys, if you don't remember who these people are, I'm about to remind you. So Gianna Gibelli was on, I believe, Love Is Blind season 1. And boy, oh boy, we will never forget her. She was the one that had the fall after running out from Damien saying no to her at the altar, and she ran out and fell in her wedding dress, and it was crazy. They had a very toxic, emotional, crazy relationship. And then, of course, we have Mr. Blake Horseman, who, guys, I'm not gonna lie, Blake to me has always been one of my favorite people to come out of Bachelorette world. He was on Becca Kufrin's season of The Bachelorette. I wholeheartedly wanted her to pick Blake so bad. Blake was the one. I was like, pick Blake, and Blake was runner up. He did not win, and it was the most emotional, sad ending of someone not being picked. I was emotional, but so was, this man cried, sobbed. It was one of the most emotional breakups in, I think, Bachelorette history, in my opinion. Obviously, we all know she picked the wrong guy in the end, and now she's all married and has a baby with the person she made with, what's his name, Jacob, that she met, who was a villain on Katie's season. Hilarious. They ended up getting married and now have a child and are happily together. So now Blake is, I don't think he's engaged to Gianna, but Giannina, that's her name. Giannina, I said it. But I am very, very happy for them. Guys, let me know in a comment below. Did you watch Becca Kufrin's season of The Bachelorette? Because that season was absolutely nuts. And of course, if you watched Love Is Blind, that relationship of Giannina and Damien was one for the books. That relationship, and I think it like continued after, even though he said no, and they went back and forth for a couple years, like breaking. Oh, disaster before they had that like really weird interaction. Then Francesca from Too Hot to Handle was on, and then later on we find out that they actually wanted a date, and then they kind of dated on that show The Perfect Match, which was absolutely nuts. If you haven't watched those recaps I made, please go check out this playlist here because I definitely covered it. But man, oh man, what a relationship. But I am happy for this. I'm happy for them. Wish them the best. All positive vibes. And now from happiness, we move to sadness because Bobby Burke of Queer Eye is leaving after the 8th season. Y'all, that news shocked me. I honestly didn't really think, I actually don't really know like how long they're planning on even doing Queer Eye. I couldn't even believe we're on its 8th season. But Queer Eye, which is on Netflix, is one of my favorite reality TV shows to watch. I love the heart. I love journeys that we go on with these people. I love each individual person from Queer Eye. I mean, Jonathan Van Ness is my absolute favorite. If I was another person in another life, I would love to be Jonathan Van Ness. I absolutely love them. Love them so much. This week, Bobby did come out and he made his announcement that he was leaving Queer Eye. He says on his Twitter feed, he did come out to say, "It's with heavy heart that I announced that season 8 will be my final season on Queer Eye. It's not been an easy decision to be at peace with, but a necessary one. Although my journey with Queer Eye is over, my journey with you is not. You will be seeing more of me very soon." What that means, I'm smelling Netflix show where he goes and fixes people's homes and also kind of has like the heart to heart type of thing. I have a feeling, maybe, I don't know. But I did read after this came out that actually like there's some rumors going around that it wasn't like an amicable ending. I read an article, or I'm reading right here an article right now that's like talking about how supposedly Bobby was asked to leave the show because he wasn't vibing with the cast, aka Tan, Karamo, Jonathan, and Anthony. The sources note that there were many challenges with scheduling and that there was a loss of interest from Bobby filming the show. The network and the cast thought it was time to bring in fresh blood. His heart was not in it, and the rest of the cast started to resent him because of that. Now, is that true? Is that true? I don't know, to be honest. To be honest with you, I don't know. Because I did find it weird that in his statement, which he did put out a really long one. It wasn't just the one I read. He did have a whole long one about how he's very happy that he was embraced, and throughout the years there's been a lot of fans. He really thanks his fans, but nowhere in his little thing does he thank anybody in the cast who he has been supposedly at least friends with for over at least 10 years. He doesn't mention them in his little thing. So I did find that kind of odd, and it did make me think, I'm like, wait, maybe there was a little bit ruffling of the feathers, or maybe he was feeling very tired of just doing the show. I mean, when you kind of do the same thing, for 8 years of your life, and you want to go and move on and do other things, but then you have to film the show, and you're like, but I want to go and do this. I want to go and film this kind of thing. Like, I can understand how eventually, like, it can get very tiring, and you just want to, do different things. So that made me. I was like, maybe there's a touch of truth in what these sources, quote unquote, are saying. Because I never like to believe when it says sources, because I'm like, who's the source? I could be a source. I could go on and be like, yeah, I heard blah blah blah. Sources. Regardless, I am going to miss him on the show, and I do wonder if they're going to replace him, and if they do, who would they do it with? Let me know in a comment below who you think that they should replace Bobby with if you're watching Queer Eye, because man, oh man, oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, so now moving on to our TV show news here. So we had a whole bunch of trailers drop that I want to talk about really quickly here before we wrap up. Basically, we had Percy Jackson and the Olympians trailer come out, and y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't very impressed. Now, I'm just also not very impressed with Disney Plus lately, other than Loki. Thank you. Loki, fantastic season 2, fantastic. And I'm actually really sad that it might just be the end for there won't be any more Loki. So, but other than that, I don't know, there's something of this trailer just like didn't really get me. And I think it's hard because the movie Percy Jackson that had Logan Lerman as the title Percy Jackson, I genuinely love that movie. I could watch it anytime. Is it cheesy AF? Yeah. Is it not edited the best and it's a little rushed? Yes. But I loved that movie, and I still love it to this day. But I don't know. It's hard for me to watch this trailer because the whole time I was like, oh, that looks like literally what I watched in the movie. So it just feels like almost like a copy, even though I know it's not. New actors playing the characters, and a lot they actually look really young. And like when you watch Percy Jackson, you're like, there's no way these people are this young. Like there's just no way. These all these kids here do look very young, like they're a little like they're in high school. Just young kids, and I will be watching the season 2 excuse me, I will be watching the 2 episode premiere when it comes out on December 20th. But like I said, I watched the trailer and I was a little bit like, I'm not as excited as I want to be for this. I really wanted more. Like, why am I not seeing more? So I hope that I am proved wrong, and I'm excited to watch it. Guys, what did you think about the Percy Jackson, the Olympians trailer? If you've watched it, let me know in a comment below. What are you interested in? What are you most excited for to see this? Did you read the books? I never read the books, but I have heard people are big fans of this. So I'm pretty sure it's going to get a bit of a pull because it is such a famous book, and people will be going to Disney Plus to watch it. So we shall see. But yeah. And then we're going to be moving on to the next trailer, which premiered this week, which was Rebel Moon, a movie by Zack Snyder. I think it's Rebel Moon Part 1, I believe it's called. A Child of Fire. And y'all, that comes out on Netflix on December 15th. And y'all, I will say I am hyped to see this movie. It looked so good. It looks so good, excuse me. Oh my god, I do love a good Zack Snyder film. I think he is fantastic at what he does. He's an incredible filmmaker, and I'm very excited to see this. But this looks so good. Oh my god, it's just up my alley. It's kind of like that fantasy with sci-fi, with action, and we all know we love a good let's get the people together to fight for the greater good. I mean, I can't. And then also, y'all, one of my favorites is in this, Mr. Charlie Hunnam. Oh my god. Ever since Pacific Rim, which if you've never seen, please, please, for the love of God, go and watch that movie if you've never seen Pacific Rim. The first one, you don't need to watch the second one. The second one was a disaster. But the first one, highly recommend. And when I didn't know Charlie Hunnam was in this, and when I saw his face, I said, oh, I'm sold. I said, I'll be there. I'll be there for Charlie Hunnam. Very, very excited to see this. Basically, it just seems like very much of like, there's this woman who has a very, mysterious past. We don't know what she is, or we don't know who she is, but we do know is that she can kick some boot. Hey, because they showed it in the preview. And it just looks like, there's like somebody coming down to take someone's land, and they're like, you ain't taking my land. Mm-mm-mm. And she has to get a whole bunch of people a whole bunch of different, I guess, rebels together to rebel against this outside force, which we don't like. But I am very. I think. Wait, actually, no. It hits on December 22nd. I take it back. Hits Netflix December 22nd. So the week of basically Christmas. You best believe I'll be watching it. Guys, have you seen the trailer for this? If you have, comment down below. Are you interested in seeing Rebel Moon? This looks really, really, really great. I'm extremely excited. Like I said, I am extremely excited to see this world, especially because it's something new. Guys, it's something new. It's not based on a book. It's not a remake. It's something fresh and new, which is what we need today in this film industry. Because my god, I bet we are all tired of just seeing the same things, like how Disney just keeps deciding they want to do live actions. Don't get me started on the fact that they want to do Moana as a live action, like, because that movie is not old enough to deserve a live action remake. It's not old enough. And even if it were, the movie's perfectly fine. Why doesn't Disney just be like, we should stop live actions? It's clearly not working. It is clearly not working. Please stop. Oh my god. So yeah, that's why I'm excited to see this, because it's just new. It's fresh. It's a new story, and I love that. If you haven't seen The Creator that came out this when was it? It came out about 2 months ago. The Creator. If you haven't seen that, highly recommend you do stream it wherever you can when it is out on streaming, because that movie was also very similar to something like this. It's just brand new. It's not already been done. It's a new story. It's new characters. It's a new world. That movie was really, really good. So if you haven't seen The Creator, I highly recommend you do watch it on streaming. All right, so now moving on to a new rom-com that we have that will be premiering. Is it on Netflix? Oh no, it's releasing in theaters also on December 22nd. It's called Anyone But You. Guys, this movie, it just came up on my thing, and I said, well, maybe I should watch the trailer. I haven't seen it yet. I love romantic comedies, and I think we live in a world now, continuing talking about the film industry, where people just don't go to the movies anymore to watch romantic comedies or just comedies. Like, if you think about it, when was the last time you went to the movies to literally just watch a movie that was a romantic comedy or a movie that was just plainly a comedy? I haven't seen a trailer for a movie that was just a comedy that was coming out in the movie theater in years. Like, well, I mean, rom-coms, yeah, we've seen it, and they just haven't done very well because people just don't do it anymore. They rather sit at home and watch their movies. But if you think about what the 2000s gave us, the amount of rom-coms and comedies that came out in the 2000s that you physically went to the movie theater to go watch, that time is no longer with us, and it's so sad because we had so many successful movies come out during those years. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you saw a movie like The Hangover? Something like that, just in a movie theater, not something that was streaming on Amazon Prime or on Netflix or on Max or on Paramount Plus. Like, when was the last time you saw something like that? Yeah, a long time ago. A long, long time ago. So, guys, I just wanted to watch this trailer here with you for the first time, because I'm just intrigued. And if it's very good, I want to be able to support a romantic comedy, because romantic comedies are freaking awesome. they like made my life when I was in my 20s. So here we go. It's called Anyone But You. It stars Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney. I don't know who Sydney Sweeney is, or maybe I do, but I know who Glenn Powell is. But he's a looker. Basically, two people who looks like they have like some sort of past, but it doesn't go very well, and then they both get invited to the same wedding, and they have to pretend that they're dating in order. Oh, they have to pretend that they're dating in order to keep their parents from getting from forcing them to get back together with their exes. So they pretend to date and, of course, have to act that they like each other, even though they absolutely hate each other. But, of course, we all know we all love an enemies to lovers because we know that's what it's about to go down. So let's watch this trailer.
Hey, headed to the wedding?
Of my sister? Yes, I am.
So where's your fiance? Wait, is this him? Hey, I'm Ben. I was her hall pass on your break.
Wow, you are a child.
It's a pretty long flight. Do you want anything from the
I love it already.
I'm all good
I love it already.
It smells like insecurity.
I love it already.
Me.
I love it already.
What the?
That's the jerk who we got with when she was on her break from Jonathan.
I could never be with someone like him.
This girl's a disaster.
They're gonna ruin our wedding.
Sorry. How's it going, stranger?
What's going on over there?
They dated, she crushed his heart.
That man does not have a heart. No way.
Honey! Who is it?
My ex, Jonathan. My parents have been.
Hello there, Paxton.
Son to us.
Maybe we should just tell everyone we're together.
What?
It would solve that problem for me, and you clearly want Margaret. She sees you with me. She wants what she can't have.
There's no way we can convince anyone we actually like each other.
You know, I still think about that night we spent together.
Shut up.
No, I'm serious. No matter how it ended, he's still pretty amazing. Amazing enough?
Let's do it.
Honey, here he is. Oh, no, I'm with Ben.
So is it like we just got together, or we've been sneaking around?
Let's just be affectionate. Showtime.
Permission to put my left hand on your right buttock.
Granted. Not a magic. God damn it.
See you tonight.
We have to take it up a notch.
Yeah, right?
Nice touch.
Nice try. Oh, no, it's gonna be hot. When are you ever gonna learn?
Fuck it, it's fine.
Oh, they're definitely falling in love, and I love this.
Are they watching?
Are they doing Titanic?
They're gone. Show's over. Oh my God.
Do you have a mole or something on your butt?
No? One might be in you.
Okay.
It's probably a better way to check than what I did.
It's a bad idea, right?
What did we miss?
What did we miss?
Fuck it, it's fine.
Okay, that was actually really funny. That looks funny and I'm probably gonna watch that. But it's all about like, am I gonna pay for it? We shall see. December 22nd. But that looks really funny, guys. Support rom-coms. Support them because they really lifted us up in the 2000s. Support them. Don't just support, the Marvel movies. Support every kind of movie out there. Oh my God, I'm freaking dying. That was really funny. Guys, what's his name? The guy from Never Have I Ever who plays Paxton is in this. What is his real name? Darren Barnett. Okay. This is just a side note, but it made me think about something that I want to talk about. With Darren Barnett, I feel like he gets these roles where he's the guy that's not getting picked. He's just like the really hot guy that's like the ex or the one that you kind of wanted, but then you end up not wanting to want. And I don't want that for that actor, for Darren. Like, let's give him some other stuff. I mean, it was a nice little surprise to see him in this, but I hope that, like, he gets some other work that's, like, actually, like, good for him. help him grow as an actor. Anyway, that was this week's pop culture news roundup, where I covered everything from reality TV news, movie news, TV show news, and of course, any new trailers that have been out in the past week. I'll be doing this every Sunday. Please tune in. If you're not already subscribed, click that subscribe button. And of course, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And thanks so much for being here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.